Hello and welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to another weekend preview. A big weekend of Premier League Championship and FA Cup action coming up. So let's get straight onto it. Starting off in the Premier League, Everton versus Tottenham. Poor results mean both of these teams have been kind of cut adrift from hopes of Europe, and both kind of really need a win here just to revitalise their hopes. But to be honest, I just think these sides are so evenly matched at the moment. Neither team will want to lose. I can see it being a draw. I'm going to say one apiece here. Moving on now to the Saturday games in the Premier League, starting off with Newcastle versus West Ham at St James's Park at 12:30. This is a really interesting one. Steve Bruce has got a lot of criticism, but he's picked up 4 points from their last 2, which is a really solid return. As for West Ham, what a great win that was against Leicester, and I keep on thinking they're going to let up soon, but they just don't seem to be doing it, and I can't see them doing it here. I do think it will be a win for West Ham as they look to continue boost their Champions League hopes. I'll say 2-0. Wolves host Sheffield United on Saturday night. Interesting one for Wolves this. Obviously their form has been really bad, but they did pick up a really big win against Fulham last time out. As for Sheffield United, they've lost all of their games ever since Chris Wilder left the club, and they've only scored 1 goal, so it's really not going well for them here, and I can see Wolves picking up 2 wins on the trot. I think it'll be a comfortable 2-0 win for them. Just Sheffield United, they just look so really bad at the moment. But anyway, moving on, Arsenal take on Fulham at the Emirates. Arsenal, really solid win against Sheffield United last time out, except for that, they've been a bit hit and miss. As for Fulham, 4 losses on the trot, just as it looked like they were going to maybe start getting out of trouble. Really not been ideal for them. And I just can't see them picking up a win here, to be honest. Arsenal, they don't really have anything to play for, but they should really be beating teams like Fulham. I'll say 3-0. Manchester United host Burnley in the Premier League. Manchester United, you could really say they don't really have too much to play for in the Premier League now. They're definitely making the Champions League. They're 7 points clear of Leicester. Not an awful lot to play for. Burnley, they are 7 points clear of Fulham, so it's very unlikely to see them going down. But, they may just need a few results, but I can see United getting a win here. I'll say a comfortable 2-0 home win. And then a game that I'm really looking forward to, Leeds versus Liverpool. Leeds, what a great run of form they're on at the moment. Won their last 3, including that incredible win last time out. Liverpool, they're really starting to pick up too. Won their last 3 in the league, so they're definitely starting to pick up a bit. And they've still got hopes of finishing in the Champions League. And I think they do need a win here. And to be honest, it's just such a big game for them. I can see them doing it. I'll say 2-0. And then moving on to the Championship, starting off on Friday night with Derby against Blackburn at Blackburn. I've got the name, Ewood Park, that's it. Relegation now, unbelievably, is out of Derby's hands at time of recording. Who would have said that? Just after a few games when Wayne Rooney took over, when he looked like he turned it around. Blackburn aren't totally out of it yet, but it'll be a miracle if they go down. So I'm going to say a 2-0 win to Blackburn, just to plunge Derby into even more trouble. Cardiff travel to Reading in a really interesting game. For Reading, this is absolutely must win, otherwise you would probably say their dreams of finishing in the playoffs are over. Cardiff's dreams were already over. But for Reading, this really is must win, and I think they'll do it. Their form recently hasn't been too great, if we're being honest. So they do need a win here, and I think they probably will get it. Really time for the likes of Lucas Jow to step up again, and I think they will. I'll say 2-0 to the Royals. Moving on to the Championship games on Saturday now. Brentford host Millwall at 12:30 at the Brentford Community Stadium. Brentford, they were draw specialists recently, but they picked up an incredible 5-0 win away at Preston last time out, and I think that all but secured their playoff spot. Millwall, they were on a great run of form and then got hammered by Swansea. Not great for them, but I can see Brentford getting a win here. I'll say 1-0 to Brentford, just to secure their playoff spot, because they're not getting automatics. Luton host Watford at Kenilworth Road in a game between 2 bitter rivals. Luton, they're going okay at the moment, you could say. They did have that 2-game losing streak, but they got back to winning ways last time against Wycombe, although you could describe the red card as kind of lucky for them. But Watford, they're on a roll, 2-0 win after against Reading last time out, and it really is just a matter of time before they secure their promotion back to the Premier League. And I can't see any other result than a comfortable win for Watford here. I'll say 1-0. Middlesbrough host QPR at the Riverside. Middlesbrough in 10th, QPR in 11th. QPR obviously had that disappointing defeat at Rotherham in the week. Middlesbrough beaten 2-0 by Barnsley, so both teams coming into it on a loss. But yeah, this is the sort of game where I can see kind of a Neil Warnock shithouse. It won't be the finest game of football you've ever watched between two teams with nothing to play for, but I can see Middlesbrough just shithousing it 1-0 to pick up the win. But moving on, next up it is Nottingham Forest versus Huddersfield. Forest, they're mid-table now, to be honest. There's no chance they're getting sucked into any relegation battles. And Huddersfield, to be honest, I really am starting to become quite concerned with Huddersfield. Just on recent performances, I really can't see where the next win's coming from. And with Rotherham getting that huge win on Tuesday, it really is tightened up at the bottom of the Championship. And I think they will get beat here again. I think it'll be 1-0 win for Forest to plunge them into even more danger. Sheffield Wednesday host Bristol City at Hillsborough in the Championship. This is a huge game for both sides. Wednesday, 2 losses on the trot. Before that, it really did look like they were going to have a good chance of maybe even staying up. As for Bristol City, their form's really not great. 0-0 against Forest last time out. Before that, they'd lost the last 3. I think Wednesday need it more, just to give them a faint hope of surviving. I'll say 1-0 Wednesday. Stoke host Preston next up in the Championship. Stoke got a really bad injury list at the moment, actually. But yeah, their season's kind of fizzled out into nothing. 2 losses on the trot now. Preston, of course, obviously getting whacked last time out against Brentford. But they're also a team with really nothing to play for now. I don't think they'll go down at all or anything. So yeah, this is kind of a bit of a dead rubber, but I think home advantage means that Stoke will get the 1-0 win. Swansea host Preston in the Championship. Swansea, their playoff place is secure now. They were in a really, really poor run of form, but they've suddenly picked up all of a sudden, and they'll be fine now. Wycombe, they did look like maybe they could go on a run, but of course they collapsed in the last 10 minutes against Luton, so that's looking ever so unlikely now. And I can't see anything other than a comfortable Swansea win now. I'll say 2-0 to the Swans. Moving on then to the final game in the Championship on Saturday. This one's at 8 o'clock. Norwich host Bournemouth. Norwich, surely they're going to secure their promotion this week. So yeah, just a huge game for them. But Bournemouth, they're not completely in the playoffs yet with their 3 next games, which are really hard. And I do think they will get beat here, which could really just put some nerves on. But I do think they will be okay. But here I'm going to go for a 2-0 Norwich win. Moving on to the games on Sunday now. And Coventry host Barnsley in the Championship at 3 o'clock. Coventry, they're starting to get worried about them as well in the relegation battle. They're not secure yet by any means. So yeah, it really is starting to get a bit worrying for them. As for Barnsley, their playoff place looks pretty secure, but Coventry fighting for their lives with such a good home record, it's not really an easy place to go, which is why I'm going to predict a 1-1 draw. And then finally, Rotherham host Birmingham in an absolutely massive game in the Championship. Birmingham, I think they'll be okay now. Just a really, really solid run of form ever since Lee Bowyer took over, which will see them safe. As for Rotherham, what a huge win against QPR. I'm filming this before the Coventry game, so obviously I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, absolutely huge for them. They're right back in contention to stay up, and I can see them picking up another win here. I'll say 1-0 Rotherham. Finally, Chelsea host Manchester City in the FA Cup, on Saturday. And yeah, I can't wait for this game. For me, Chelsea are probably the one team who can actually push Man City here. Both teams will be going for it. Chelsea through to the Champions League semi-final. I guess Man City are too. I'm filming this on the Wednesday, so I'm not too sure. But I guess they are too. but I'm expecting this to be a hell of a level game, and I can see City just edging it after extra time. I'll say 2-1. And finally, on Sunday, Leicester host Southampton. And yeah, Leicester, they'll be seeing this as an absolute must-win, because if they can't really get to the final here, then it's really poor form from them, considering how bad Southampton recently. And if Southampton don't win here, maybe pressure could be going to Ralph Hasenhüttl to after that utter shit show against West Brom on Monday. So yeah, big game for them. But I can see Leicester picking up a comfortable win. I'll say 2-0. But anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. So like, share, subscribe, and leave a comments down below. And follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily football news. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.